great achievement for Arne Slot. Nobody gave him a chance.
I agree with that.
Nobody gave him a chance.
I thought he was going to miss out the top 4.
Even though I was one of the few people that felt like, yes.
Wait, that did what?
That gave him a chance.
Where is the record of you giving him a chance?
Wait, I was one of the, like, in my mind, though.
Welcome to another episode of the OnlyFootball Podcast, episode 12. My name is Tunde Young, flanked, of course, by the usual suspects, Ayoola Kelechi in the house, Faruq, Izuchukwu Akawor, and Joba Ogunwale. If you cannot tell already by the very, very swift intro, it's that we have a lot to talk about because surprisingly, this has been a very busy week in football. The Champions League happened, Liverpool crowned Premier League champions, Barcelona winning the Copa del Rey, Wrexham gaining promotion, Remo Stars crowned NPFL champions, Super Eagles activity. There's a lot going on in the world of football. But I say all of this to say we will first discuss Gorilla versus 100 men before we talk anything for here today. Because it is sports as far as I'm concerned. So, guys, if you don't give me good answers, we can use the entire 45 minutes on this. I don't mind.
First, who's going to coach the 100 men? And what formation will they use?
It is up to you. Everybody has you have less than a minute, basically, to deliberate on, first of all, do you think 100 men can win against one gorilla? Second of all, what would be your strategy if you were backing the men? If you're backing the gorilla, I assume your strategy will just kill everybody. So, who wants to start first? Don't let me nominate anybody.
I'll start. I'll just say the simple answer is no. Gorilla wins.
All right, we know who the traitors to humanity are. And I'm not even going to ask Ayoola because we have had this conversation. I'm going to ask you. Ayoola.
I mean, you already
have a chance to change your mind.
And you know my reasons. I don't think the organization is going to be too difficult. If you were to say one man with the strength of 100 men, yeah, sure, you defeat the gorilla easily.
You people have no respect for the race that conquered the world.
With weapons.
Humans now going, you should gorilla.
Oh, that's white people.
I mean, in some movies they did. In Planet of the Apes they did.
Nobody
Who wrote that movie? White people. Faruq, I have a feeling that you are on the gorilla side.
No,
What?
Okay, I was just looking at your skin complexion.
Wow.
But,
This is racism among black men.
like, give me something.
I mean, we are humans, we are man, and gorillas are famously stupid. So, like,
True?
Tunde, sorry about that.
Not smart.
What?
You are not the smartest of apes. Let me just move on. So yeah, like human intelligence trumps all, and the gorillas are not that big. Like it's not a polar bear. So I feel.
Who's your mind? If it's not Kayode,
I mean,
who's your mind?
we are going to be
I know
represented
5 gorillas that are smarter than Kayode today.
we are going to be represented by the best of our race. So obviously, there are humans that have studied gorillas all their life, and there are humans that are super strong, super fast, and with tactics in an open field. I believe that.
You're going to have that subset.
You've had your time.
Please.
Please tell me what I want to hear.
Izu.
The funny thing is that I did not say anything about this topic on
Yeah,
X.
I know. I follow you everywhere. I did not see you. I did not see you talk about this
and
once.
it's quite shocking for me to come on this set and be forced to talk about
No, I'm
gorilla.
not actually. You cannot do what
I
the
can
did and
decide
pick your
not
winner.
to say anything about it, right?
Yeah, but still, give us winner. You don't have to analyze, but give us winner. Who do you think wins?
I don't know why people feel gorilla will win, or maybe because it's just big.
Talk to me, Joe.
I don't know. I don't know. Because it's just big. I mean, we're talking about humans, and nobody said we are going to use hand to hand. They say
No, it is actually answer.
just no this thing.
No weapons.
Guy, gorilla go die. Which one be?
Talk to me. We are eating gorilla for breakfast.
You just know, his ancestors conquered men.
Please, let us keep the racism to a minimum. And obviously, I'm on the side of the human. The humans, of course. Like it's
Train your own people. You keep walking into this trap. I don't know why. Like it's so easy.
Ayoola. In fair that I'm a gorilla one more time. I'll see what happens to you. insinuates that I am a gorilla one more time.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
I'll see what happens to you.
Continue, carry on.
You see, this is why the gorilla would actually win. Because when I know smart. Let us talk about where is my first.
Remember the Yoruba word for gorilla? Inoki.
What are you doing? What are you doing? So why is that funny? Then you have to now explain to the audience why that is funny. Because you can't just be laughing.
I will not do that.
But why is it funny?
I will not do that.
Does it have anything to do with letting be found?
I will not do that. Let's continue.
Let's move on. I believe in humanity. 100 men should win against one gorilla. Not because each man is stronger than the gorilla, but because 100 of anything is a lot for one to handle. That's
gorilla will even run. I mean,
yeah, I don't think a gorilla that sees 100 men charging at is just going to wait and be like, I wonder what
something is wrong somewhere. The gorilla will say.
So at the end of the day, that's what it is. But let's leave.
Poison the banana. And which one is rubbish? No.
For someone that has not spoken about this, you have
He has lots of tactics that I like. By the way. Let's talk about Arsenal versus PSG. Let's leave gorillas alone for now.
All right, let's go.
We saw Arsenal, lose at home at the Emirates 1-0 to PSG. Very quickly because they see the second leg. But reactions, thoughts, reasons for the defeat. My number one reason is that Arsenal didn't have Thomas Partey, and also number two reason is that Donnarumma is developing into one of the best goalkeepers in Europe, if not the very best at this moment in time. Yeah. But
I mean, he was just coming off a stinker in their last league match when they lost the first match of the season.
You mean the Ligue 1 Uber Eats?
Yeah, when they were previously unbeaten, and it was good to see him get back to the form that he showed against Liverpool as well. I think a lot of things went wrong for Arsenal on the day, including just plain bad luck, because there were some chances that you think Arsenal should have scored this. Martinelli twice. There was one for Trossard as well. And if you look at the goal that Arsenal conceded, more times than not, that ball doesn't go in. So there's still a chance. There's still a chance for Arsenal. And it was also interesting to see Arsenal be on the good side of bad refereeing. They should have considered a penalty very clearly.
Yep. The Timber on
Kvaratskhelia one.
The argument for Timber was that Kvaratskhelia threw himself to the floor, which was true. But at the end of the day, I don't think that you should be denied a penalty when you actually foul just because you over dramatized the fall.
Exactly.
He did actually.
But he didn't. But I mean, I'm happy that Arsenal fans believe it's not a penalty.
If Joba Ogunwale will be interested in joining us, there is, as you have a unique perspective as one of the most recent PSG victims on here. Were you expecting the team that came to Anfield to win to have gone to the Emirates to win?
If you look at the first 30 minutes of the game, PSG dominated Arsenal. They bypassed Arsenal's press easily. They won the midfield.
In the first 20 minutes.
But I mean, most likely the first 30 minutes for me, they bypassed Arsenal's press easily, and you look going into the game, you expected Arsenal to control the game because they were number one. They were at home. They were riding high of the win against Real Madrid. The confidence was on their side and all that, and everybody expected Arsenal to go in and dominate the game. But PSG had a perfect game plan. The midfield trio of Vitinha, João Neves, and then Fabian Ruiz were brilliant. To be honest, I don't think Thomas Partey would have made a lot of difference for Arsenal. I think his absence was a little bit exaggerated by casuals, neutrals, and then Arsenal fans. So, but again, credit to Mikel Arteta and his boys. They came back in the second half, but even when they had a larger share of the possession, they did not really trouble PSG per se. Yes, Donnarumma made 2 good saves, but they were also getting caught on the break. PSG could have scored 3. Bakola missed 1, and then Ramos missed 2. So and Ramos also hits the bar. So yeah, so you could say that PSG were deserved winners.
In the game, according to stats, Arsenal had 1.63 XG, PSG had 1.17.
Please don't get me about like stats.
I apologize, but that's the numbers are what they are. PSG had 2 big chances, Arsenal had 3 big chances. Arsenal had more shots overall than
It
PSG.
just seems like it was a close game.
PSG won the possession battle.
It seems like it was a close game that anybody could have run away with. Like he said, PSG could have done it 3-0. But at the same time, Arsenal also had the chances
I said
to
Arsenal had
equalize.
2 chances that Donnarumma saved.
I mean, I'm saying that the statisticians who are paid to
Did it
do
feel
it
like that?
said it was 3, not 2.
Did it feel like that while watching? Before you saw the stat, did it feel like?
I mean, I'm not going to count
No, it
Martinelli's
felt, no. In the first, it felt like PSG brushed Arsenal. But Arsenal clearly got themselves back and were the better team in the second half. But PSG created 2 very good chances at the end of the second half that is skewing people's perception of how they played in the second half. Arsenal dominated them in that second half entirely.
You know that's my problem with like PSG and especially Luis Enrique. With PSG, we saw against Liverpool and we saw against Aston Villa. They can start very fast, like they can blitz you, but they cannot maintain that tempo for very long. And because of the way they are set up, and they have 3 attackers that are very dynamic and very versatile, but they are not the most clinical of forwards. So and also there's a way Luis Enrique plays, and he keeps a lot of possession. They create a lot of chances, but for somehow they do not create many like excellent chances. Like they don't create at Barcelona, at Celta, at Barcelona. Of course, he had MSN and they were hacking everything. During the Spain side, they were like probably the biggest evidence of it. They know how to keep a lot of the ball and they know how to make it look like you're in trouble. But if you look at it, like you said, with the XG, they do not create many excellent chances. And in the game against Arsenal, they had the ball in many dangerous positions, but it did not lead to much. And if you play like that, if you do not blow the team away, because you cannot maintain that intensity for long, and that's why
you have to take advantage when
that's why maybe Flick's Barcelona maybe an upgrade on what PSG do, because they will take their chances, and
they can even sustain it,
yeah,
because Lamine will keep doing what he does.
Obviously. So yeah, and again we saw obviously Arsenal were always going to come back into the game because they are the home team and they're a very good team as well. I mean, Mikel Arteta is an excellent manager because what he's doing with those mid attackers, because that's the only thing I can say. Leandro Trossard and Martinelli do not belong at this level. We have to be honest. Like the team they are playing against has Kvaratskhelia and
that Bakula coming off the bench.
Yeah, and Usman Dembele and Bakula coming. I'm sure Bakula will probably start for Arsenal over Martinelli. I'm being serious. I'm not trying to be.
In fact, I think Saka is the only Arsenal attacker that starts for PSG.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Saka starts for most teams in the world. So yeah, I mean, you have to commend Mikel Arteta because what he's doing with a second string side, I mean a second rate side rather. So,
second rate attack, let us not.
I mean attack, obviously attack. Yeah.
See, here's the thing I don't like.
Tell us what you don't like.
When people say these things, you are saying this because these players are performing very well for PSG. Because you look, I think when Liverpool played PSG, I said like pound for pound. If you look at it player for player, Liverpool has a better talent.
And I did agree with that.
They have better talent than. If you take, sometimes you have to praise the impact of the work of a coach on your players, because if you take, let's say maybe the Desire, the Due, Bakola, yeah, we know what can do. If you take them to maybe Arsenal, probably you're going to get the same results you're getting from
Question. Would you rather have Martinelli or Bakola in your team?
It's not. I'm saying that Enrique. Maybe you have to give credit to Enrique. For the work he has done.
I have something to say about that game. Let me react. Let me do my own reaction. I mean, let me react.
Just talk.
Tunde mentioned something about Partey. I mean, when you lose, there will always be an excuse. I mean, Arsenal fans, it has to be Partey. If they had won, there will not be any reason for Partey. So whether Partey was in that game on Tuesday or not, they would have lost. We hope he comes back in the second leg so that there will not be more excuses.
He just wanted to hit.
If they lose 3-0,
I'm not trying to hit. I'm just saying I don't like most of these excuses, right? Because every team has one person who is not
Yeah, but
available.
it's to be fair. I'm not going to, even though I understand your point on Arsenal fans, but I have to say, I'm not an Arsenal fan, but I did say it even before a ball was kicked that Partey will be severely missed because he's
As a casual.
Thank you. Because even it has direct implications on the way they play. Partey not being there meant Rice had to be the holding midfielder instead of being the second guy to bomb the box because Odegaard doesn't do that. Odegaard is pretty much ineffective in the final third. Odegaard is the shape guy. Is the guy that helps them keep the shape. The guy that plays. The guy that helps them translate what Arteta wants them to do on the pitch. But he doesn't grab a game by the scruff of the neck. So they missed Rice's input offensively, and also Thomas Partey is a hell of a physical specimen. I think that he would have done better disrupting the activities of the PSG midfield. It doesn't mean that guaranteed they would have won with that, but you can't say
I think he'll be available for the second leg. That's what I'm saying.
And against the Oje Gorillas.
All right, since you are still in reaction mode,
he's going to be available for the second leg.
Before we move on from this game, because there's still a second leg, like you said. Coming into the game, I fully expected Arsenal to dominate possession and PSG do the damage on the counter. But at the end of the game, PSG 57% possession, Arsenal 43.
Yeah, but that's crazy for you to think that. I mean, if you
It's Arsenal at
considering the team, I mean, it's
Arsenal at home. If anything,
PSG.
they will keep the ball.
No, whether home or away.
PSG's attack is set up for counter.
No, that's not.
So when you look at Arsenal in the Champions League and PSG in Champions League, 51% possession averagely for Arsenal and 57% for PSG. So it's not surprising that PSG should be the one dominating the pitch because that's what they do. Their midfield is set up especially to dominate possession.
They played with that same midfield in the first time in the league phase and they did not dominate possession.
I mean, they were not.
Of course.
That was a poor patch for them.
Let's move on.
One last thing, Tunde. One last thing. People say things about kill off. When you play teams like Arsenal, play teams like Liverpool, play teams like Real Madrid, are you telling me that you expect to dominate them from start to finish without these teams having moments to deal with you?
Yeah, that's why we expect you to kill them.
That's the thing with all these.
That they are coming back, so
No,
when you have your chances,
that's the thing with some of these big games. Do you get? Most times they remain open till 90 minutes. That's also with some of these. So on few occasions you see one team. I mean, Arsenal needed set pieces to destroy Real Madrid. 2 set pieces and the game changed. Do you get? That was what caused it. Before the set piece, before the first distance, the game was still very much open. So most times these big games remain open till 90 minutes. It could be anybody's game at any time.
All right. So congratulations or commiserations to who needs it. Let's move on to the Premier League and give Joba some joy. Liverpool have been crowned champions.
No noise anywhere.
82 points. 82 points is all it took. And the reaction on social media has been nobody cares. But if everybody is saying nobody cares, does that not imply that all of you somehow care? If you are taking time out of your busy schedule of not caring to remind us that you don't care.
How are we supposed to care?
Yeah, because again, the nobody cares approach is even strange because it is because Liverpool have sewn up this league since like 3 months ago. It's not because Liverpool are not a big club. It's because everybody was expecting them to win it. So there's no shock factor. And also there just also happened to be a great debate that broke out that day, in which I'm backing the 100 men against the Gorilla.
Yeah, the Gorilla took the.
I'm sorry, the Gorilla took it.
Gorilla versus 100 men was a better topic.
Yeah, talk like you're their mouthpiece.
Liverpool fans don't care. So, what
Do you see? Liverpool fans don't care, but we should care. Why
would Liverpool fans care about what other fans think about? The fact is, Liverpool have 20 league titles. They won their second Premier League title in
30 years.
No.
In history, 30 years.
No. In the last 4 years. If that's how you want to,
but also
if that's how you want to see it.
Agenda now.
You want to paint it that way? Like I can put my stats. I can use my stats the way I see it.
You see, do lots for my
in the last First Premier League title in 1 year.
in the last 4 years. So you look at it, and then it was you expected that the most Spursy team to score first and then to collect 5. And then to collect
God knows I open live bet immediately to go and load Liverpool handicap.
Don't have them even say let's spoil your party.
You expected that. And to be honest, great achievement for Arne Slot. nobody gave him a chance.
I agree with that.
Nobody gave him a chance coming.
I thought he was going to miss out the top 4.
Even though I was one of the few people that felt like, yes.
Wait, that did what?
That gave him a chance.
Where is the record of you giving him a chance?
Wait, I was one of the like in my mind though. In my mind.
Wow.
In my mind.
You are clearly not serious.
Mind.
Okay, let you.
I gave him chance in my mind too.
Wait, because look at that squad. It's not like he inherited a bad squad. You see,
But did you think he was going to win the league? Yes or no?
did I think that he was going to win the league? No, but I expected him to challenge.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, but I expected
was a champion.
I expected him to challenge.
Thank
so
you.
great work from Arne Slot. Let's hope we can build on it going into next season. Aim for, because the season could have been better. We could have probably maybe win the quadruple or quadruple.
All right, this is not the podcast to be dreaming. Let us stay in reality and stay grounded. This, first of all, we just wanted to even give you a chance to congratulate Liverpool. We're not talking about it.
It's my moment.
Good for you. Good for you. But as you can tell from the internet, we don't care actually. But let us talk about what something that is actually there to care about. 34 games played in the Premier League so far. The most interesting relegation is sorted. 3 teams are out. The 3 promoted teams, Ipswich, Leicester, and Southampton in that order. And Premier League title is sorted. Liverpool obviously first. Second, never even sure for Arsenal at this point. 4 games left to go. 5 points above Newcastle. But let's even say second is sorted to an extent. 3, 4, 5 are the 3 Champions League places remaining, and there are 5 teams battling for those 3 spots, which means 2 teams will miss out one way or another. Newcastle United currently 3rd with 62 points from 34 games. Manchester City 4th with 61 points from 34 games. Chelsea 5th with 60 points from 34 games. And Nottingham Forest 6th.
I want to drop to 6th.
Nottingham Forest are 6th with 60 points from 33 games. That's the important part. Aston Villa 7th, if you want to count them, 57 points from 34 games. So, of these 5 teams, who is making it, who is dropping out?
Well, I think at the moment, let's just Nottingham will go back to the Forest.
Igboism.
Yeah, I don't think they will
support any form of tribalism.
the way they are dropping. I think they are out of the way. Newcastle.
I think they're the only ones guaranteed.
Because we don't have time, just give us your 3 that are making it.
Okay, Tunde, just go to the next person. No time.
Who are your 3 that are making it?
I think I agree with Izu. Nottingham Forest, I don't think they have what it takes anymore, especially with one of the best players on their team, Olaino, currently out. And I think...
Shameless plug.
Yes. And I think Aston Villa also would not be making it.
So that leaves Newcastle, Manchester City, and Chelsea.
And I don't see Newcastle sustaining the form either. So
who will come make them? Like, if you don't count 3 teams, they don't go make them. There are 3 people who make it.
Newcastle, if they must.
For me,
if God wills it.
for me, Newcastle are the only ones that can guarantee their form for the remaining 4 games. So they are guaranteed for.
It's not even just about form. How about the fixtures? But go on.
And I think Man City will make it too. I don't want Chelsea to make it for bans, but I think
you don't even have the ones. As a Chelsea, I can tell you Chelsea are not making it.
I think Chelsea are not making it because Chelsea have
Difficult
the toughest fixtures.
Chelsea play Liverpool at top. Chelsea go away to Newcastle. Chelsea go away to Nottingham Forest.
I mean that seems like that. Yeah, exactly. That seems like is set up for you because these are 6 pointers.
Chelsea did not beat Ipswich in 2 games. So that you know the people you are talking
play
about.
2 direct rivals.
Yeah, like these are 6 pointers. If you win those games, you definitely qualify.
You don't expect Chelsea to win both games. That's like
so not be 6 pointer for them. I mean,
yeah,
they can't have for
you don't
Chelsea.
expect Chelsea.
You are Chelsea, like you have the dog in you.
The gorilla.
Please, you are clearly not serious. So let us move
The
on.
great gorilla.
I don't know. I honestly don't know what this is. But we saw the Copa del Rey final on Saturday, and Barcelona ended up winning, even though Real Madrid pump fake like they were about to be serious. Kylian Mbappe changed the game at halftime.
A shameless institution.
Didn't we tell you?
All right, go ahead and take
Yeah,
now.
we told you that. This man here said Real Madrid will shock. You think?
I mean, I'm not going to talk about the shameless stuff.
Talk about them now.
No, they are known to be shameless. It's just keeping up to form.
From the moment the match kicked off, it was obvious that what they did in some ways actually worked for them because there were some decisions that the referee took that on another day.
Barcelona were denied, in my opinion, 3 clear penalties.
Yes, exactly.
Even that last one that was ruled out
By their,
I think
I think that was a penalty.
and there was
It wasn't. That was a dive. That was a dive.
that was a penalty.
Everybody.
No. Rafinha's zone was a dive. It was a very clear
I
dive.
actually do
No,
not
it was a
agree.
dive. It was a
I
dive.
don't
Let's
agree.
stop talking over each other. See, there's how I saw it. And I'm sure Farouk disagrees. Rafinha did go down dramatically, but Asensio kicked him.
No, he
And
did.
for a
He did not
needless,
actually even touch himself. Like, no, he did not.
I don't think he was
He
passing
was
his back
not
or anything.
penalized for the hand. He was
Hey,
penalized
that's
for the
not-
hand.
that's not
problem.
the-
Like, he should have been penalized for the hand.
Ironically, that's not the first time Asensio was not penalized for not touching somebody.
Stop that.
But
Don't say that. The case is still in court, so we should not be talking about it.
I said that I catch about you straight court. Because talk like say court was paying. Go say no, today I spoken.
But I think at the end of the day, 3 clear penalties. Some people might say 4, but let's keep it at 3. And for the Real Madrid players, at the end of the match, over a foul that was given against Mbappe, to have reacted that way.
Rudiger wanted to beat the ref.
Yeah, Rudiger threw something at him, wanted to throw something else, wanted to attack him physically. Bellingham had to be pulled back by his teammates. Carvajal was sent off as well for coming onto the pitch. For them to have reacted like that over one decision after all they had gotten during the match was actually the biggest disgrace of that final.
Yeah.
It feels like that cartoon trope where somebody hypnotizing somebody mistakenly hypnotizes themselves. Because they were trying to psych
What?
up. No, I mean, they were
You
trying
don't watch cartoons, you won't get it.
Yeah, it's like, okay, this is the grown man side of the podcast.
All right, like, you know what they were trying to do against Arsenal, where they were trying to like psych the Arsenal guys. And it feels like the entire referee pressure, they mistakenly psyched themselves into thinking there's a great injustice against them. Because we saw Bellingham at halftime shouting every 50-50 call is going their way, which was factually incorrect. And for Rudiger to act like that, it meant that they've so convinced themselves that there's a great injustice in Spain going against Real Madrid, even when that is not the case.
I think they just mostly watch Real Madrid TV, which is how you should be convinced of such a thing.
You know, I watch Real Madrid games, and most times I'm like, I don't know how Rudiger survives. Because
That guy is-
for me,
is-
that is basically his every
I
match
really
behavior.
dislike him.
You know, I don't know how he survives in games, and they let him, and I think that was what, you know, allowed him to behave that way, because he gets away with so many things. You know, they don't penalize him, they don't do anything, so he feels he can do anything and go away with it. You know, his teammates were even trying to hold him,
Bro,
and
it was like, bro,
Yeah,
calm down.
it was
See
actually
the-
disgusting. It was disgusting.
You would think
Simplest
it's like Tunde's neighborhood and they're trying to stop Alagbero or something, because the way they were holding him back.
Welcome to the roast of Tunde Young.
Let's not act like you don't live in first half, please.
Yeah, I know we are not comparing first half.
Joba, before-
Vasquez was given a 2-match ban. However, Jude Bellingham's red card was rescinded.
Okay, so
After the match,
10 games minimum
Rolled
and,
over.
and lots of money.
Nah, I think 10
That's
games,
what I thought.
10 games is too much.
That's
There's
what-
no physical contact.
Yeah, but
yeah,
still,
it doesn't
still-
matter.
the thing is, like,
Doesn't
the way
need.
La Liga
I mean,
rules are
If
set
they
up.
allowed him, the referee might
Yeah,
not
that's
be
why
allowed
they
to
did
stay.
not allow
But
him
the,
now.
the way La
I
Liga
mean-
rules are set up, there are 3 cadres of violent conduct. There's the violence against the referee in terms of not actually touching him, and that's what they deemed Rudiger to have done. That's why it was 6 matches.
Okay.
Violence against the referee, where you make contact with the referee, is a longer sentence. I think about 10 or so matches, and then there's serious violence against the referee, which could get you suspended up to 12 months.
But here's the thing. I mean, I think what Rudiger did, I don't think it's on the same level as what this Atletico Madrid guy did when he called a referee son of the B word. And also, when Real Madrid were complaining about referees and all that, I find it funny because Kylian Mbappe should have actually missed that game.
Thanks to the
red card against
that was
Alaves.
an automatic 3-game ban.
And he
3-game
was
ban.
released to one because of this game. Anyway, let's move on from champions to champions. The most important thing that happened in the world of football this week for me was Remo Stars getting crowned as champions of the Nigeria Professional Football League. First on Friday, Caterpillars help them do half of the job by beating Rivers United 2-0, and there was a lot of fanfare and frenzy because it was now in Remo Stars and win at home against, was it Nasarawa United? Niger Tornadoes. Win at home against Niger Tornadoes, and they secured their first ever league title, or according to Joba, their first title in 1 year. And that's exactly what they did on Sunday. I wanted to watch the game on Sunday. Circumstances did not allow, but I assume you were there.
No, I didn't go. We spoke about it, and I ended up not going, but I followed proceedings. I knew it was going to be fanfare. I knew they were going to win. Days before that, I congratulated Remo Stars, their coach, and even the academy. Yes, I knew that it was going to happen. I think it was deserved. They've tried.
They left it very late.
Yeah, something that Arsenal cannot relate. So back
Arsenal
to back,
have won a league title.
back to back, Remo. That's what I'm saying. So
A goal
kudos
in
to
the
them.
84th
15.
minute.
Yeah.
By
Have you seen the goal?
Yeah, a goal worthy of winning the league,
League,
which on another day would have been controversial about whether did that ball cross the line or not. We are choosing to believe.
I think
it's a great story.
the goal line technology in that stadium was
Really?
yeah.
The goal line technology is we want it to win.
Also, I think it's important to point out that Victor Osimhen.
Victor Osimhen,
gave the
rewarded
team
them.
10 million naira for winning the league. And
Shared it 5 million for officials. 5 million for players, 5 million for
Fantastic
officials.
gesture from Osimhen. Obviously through relationship with Ogumodede, who is an assistant coach in the Super Eagles. So that's what Victor Osimhen can do. They should enjoy it. I think now they've stepped up, and I think what really inspired Ogumodede was the fact that his very good friend Fidelis Izuchukwu won with Rangers last year, so that was more like an extra.
It was fueled by hate.
Yeah, not hate, but extra motivation because they are really good friends.
Also hate.
Yeah, not hate. They don't have hate between themselves, But
Important to note that Rangers are 8 on the table.
yeah,
Do you
so when
think
your
it's
very
ability?
good friend wins, I think that was the extra. And the thing was that Fidelis kept saying that he was building. So that was all the statement he was saying all through the season, only to win the league. So because of that, Ogumodede did not want to hear anything from anybody or whatever. So he just basically went.
That's what Chelsea
for-
fans thought they were doing this season.
just went for the league.
Yeah, not in the title race.
For them to have done it, you could see that he celebrated with his wife. That kiss and so on.
Do you think they can win it
Really-
again next season?
I don't think they can because NPFL is quite crazy. I don't see them defending it. There will be a
What
new
was the last team
champion.
to defend the NPFL trophy?
I think it was Ayimba back to back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been a minute.
So,
And
but-
also
but-
the fact that they will have to worry about they qualify directly for the CAF Champions League.
Yeah. I was about to say that. I think that's the next step for them.
How do you think they'll do in the competition? I mean, we've not done very well.
They haven't done well.
No, I don't think they qualified directly
Qualifiers.
for the group.
Oh,
I think
so
they will,
first
Yeah,
No,
they'll
you have
play,
to play this in yeah. No, but the thing is that that's the next step for them. I think they've not really done well in the continent, right?
I mean,
so after the
Nigerian
league,
teams have not done well in the continent.
so after the league title, now I think this should kind of spur their arm to go see if they can get into the group stage. That's just the next level for them.
All right, so the league is sorted, but there's still a lot to play for.
Yeah.
Continental sports, even relegation. 4 teams get relegated in the NPFL, as you know, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Lobby is gone.
Lobby are gone, and they are courtesy. The teams that are trying to avoid relegation now, 19th place Sunshine Stars have 41 points. 10th place Plateau United has 48 points. And there are 3 games to play. So, mathematically speaking, only from 7 above are safe.
teams in the top 7.
The top 7, of course, Remo Stars, Rivers United, second, Abia Warriors, third, Ikorodu City, the baby of the league, as they keep calling themselves, fourth.
Very entertaining team.
Enyimba, fifth. Bendel Insurance are quietly having a decent season. Sixth.
That's why losing their coach.
Yeah, I wonder who is beating up these days. Canopilas are 7th. So, mathematically speaking, those are the 7
Rangers
teams
can-
that are unrelegatable. Even though mathematically, I think it's from 5 above because but I don't think that's going to happen. But anyway, there's a lot to play for the NPFL. That's all you need to do. And even in the continental sports, first goes to the CAF Champions League. First two goes to the CAF Champions League play-ins or the qualifying.
The third.
NBA, man.
The third,
first two.
the third goes to Confederations Cup.
The
and
reason why I
fourth-
asked is that last season we were like
first two
last
go
season
to-
I think it was I think a Malian club failed to increase Mali's coefficient,
No, I think
so we could have dropped to one team. We were
This season is
It's
still
still
two teams.
Then third goes to Confederations Cup.
Just
Then
Cup.
the fourth slot comes from the FA Cup
FA
winners.
Cup.
So that's pretty much how it works for now. So best of luck to everybody involved. As we wind down on the show, we want to introduce a new segment that I've not decided a name for yet, but maybe we can all decide it together. Because we're about to talk about Wrexham United. We are talking champions only on the show today. Champions only on the show today.
We spoke about us now.
And Wrexham United, even though they are not champions, they've become the first team to secure 3 consecutive promotions in English football history.
And there's a Nigerian there.
And
There's
yeah.
a Nigerian there.
And they're also Okonkwo.
Okonkwo.
Even though he did not give me that interview 2 years ago, I hold a grudge.
He will still give you.
But yeah, so here to comment is a self-acclaimed and proclaimed Wrexham United fan. I say Wrexham United on purpose because it's actually a Man United fan that has been frustrated into the 3rd division, but now he's in the 2nd division. So it's our guy behind the camera. I think that's what we're just even going to call this segment. Guy behind the camera gives his thoughts on. So Kayode substitutes in for Izu for this segment alone, and he goes back to what they pay him for to do here. But so Kayode is a Wrexham fan.
Yes, I am. First of all, I would like to show you my wallpaper so you know that it's not a joke.
No, like that is not.
Put the office phone back in your
Also, secondly, that is not what proves that you are a Wrexham fan.
I mean,
What? I mean,
I've been there since the days of the National League, so please.
okay, first, it's all, even though you are clearly bandwagoning, but at least you've promoted with them twice now.
Thrice.
Oh, you were there for all 3 promotions.
I was there for all 3
I
promotions.
thought you joined after the first promotion.
I shed a tear during the
Kayode,
promotion
please.
celebration.
Kayode, let's not degenerate into comedy here.
I'm being serious.
Let us. It's like we'll start bringing religious books for you to swear on, so that you will not lie.
I'm not even joking.
Okay, first. So, Kayode, the Wrexham fan.
Yes.
Talk to those of us that did not pretend to like football enough to be watching League 1 and League 2. I only know them for betting purposes. About the 3 consecutive, of course, Rob McElhenney and Ryan Reynolds, aka Deadpool, run the club.
Yeah.
They bought the club and have secured 3 back-to-back promotions. And all of this I know from the Welcome to Wrexham documentary. Because again, I'm not watching lower league football in England. But yeah, talk to us about Chapley then before
Alright,
then go to why.
basically, Wrexham was in the lower leagues for over 10 years, I think 13 years. And all of a sudden, Rob McElhenney decided to buy a football club, but he needed more money. So he teamed up with Ryan Reynolds and then they bought the club. But in the first season, it didn't go well. They came second in the league, which means you go to playoffs because there's only one automatic promotion spot, and the second is from playoffs. So the second season, we got the automatic promotion, obviously, thanks to Ben Foster coming in to save the season. And then we got to the League 2, from League 2 to League 1, and now finally,
To the
we're in the championship.
Is there a chance? I think it's no, but is there a chance that we'll see 4 straight promotions to the Premier League immediately?
Come on. No, it's after championship is like, I feel like championship is the second hardest league in England after the National League. So the National League is the hardest league to come out of in England.
Okay.
After that is the championship. If you can come out of the championship, then I think it will take a few seasons for us to get out of the championship.
Luton Town also came from League 1.
Yeah.
League
Yeah,
But they didn't do
Luton did not do
back-to-back.
3 back-to-back
Back-to-back
promotions. They spent multiple years in one division first.
Also, now the spending parity between them and other teams in the league is not that much.
All that your 2 million. does
Yeah,
not mean much,
there's no PSR in
Like,
the,
it was not that much too in league.
there's no PSR there, so you could, like, your owners, your sugar daddies could, like, fund everything, but there's PSR in the championship, so you can't just spend that.
No, it's not. They were spending 2 to 5 million on players, which is a lot for.
Yeah, that's the point.
It doesn't mean much.
Yeah, obviously the owners have to now look for backup, funds. Cause I
Oh,
don't
so
think
you don't go even drop anything. All this we they talk since.
No.
Now reach money time. He said the owners.
Did you
when I
drop-
find way.
How much you give Chelsea? How much you give
Did
Chelsea
I
to buy
open mouth and
Casedo?
say we?
When did you start supporting Wrexham?
2020.
2020.
Yeah.
Same from the book of I support Real Betis.
Thank you for breaking us here. Okay, good for you. Good for you. You have been pretending longer than Kayode. Let us, but the main reason is here is that Wrexham, this is the injury time segment, by the way, and I'm sure you know what it is. I don't need to explain it to you because you are behind the camera for all 11 episodes before now. But just in case, because the injury time segment, you have 30 seconds to make your case in whatever way. I assume you are going the Wrexham way. So the question is Wrexham's 3 consecutive promotions or Real Betis potential. They've not even done it, but Real Betis potentially winning the UEFA Conference League, which would be a bigger achievement.
Am I going first?
Do you want to go first?
I mean, yes. 'Cause
All right. So, ladies first. Let me set my alarm. It's not even alarm. It's clock. But yeah. So, Kayode, you have 30 seconds to make your case for your arguments. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Wrexham winning back-to-back promotions is way better or even a greater achievement than whatever Real Betis is about to do. Because, I mean, for you to take a community that was literally dead, nobody knew, and then you rejuvenated a whole club that has existed for 100 of years but had almost no achievements, and then took them to make history, becoming the first club ever in England to win back-to-back promotions. You literally boosted an economy, a whole economy in a community. Not just the stadium, rebuilding the stadium.
Thank you. The Reynolds will handle security.
It is a court of law.
Oh, by the way, we forgot to mention that Kayode is actually a lawyer by trade. No, not by trade,
No,
but by
I'm not,
degree.
no law school, so you can't call me a lawyer.
Okay.
You can't call me a lawyer.
Okay, he's
Just
a law student.
Yes. Please, second link, I beg.
All right. So, Kayode has made his case. Faruq, you also have 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go.
I mean, like, when did we start comparing relegation and lower tier football to European top level? I mean, Chelsea is in the Conference League, so if we win the Conference League, it means that we did something that Chelsea could not. And Chelsea are 2 times European champions, so I don't know why you're comparing me to Wrexham that has not even left the championship. They are not the first team to gain promotion across the ranks, so I don't even think it's like on par.
You are very stupid. That's all I have to say. Anyway, by default, Kayode, you obviously won that one. You very clearly won.
Thank you.
You are a winner. So,
We always
Kayode,
win.
you can go back to your day job.
Thank you
while we
very
have
much.
you back for our last topic and then fun fact. So as we round up, because I can already see the threats from behind the camera. Super Eagles are set to play friendly against Russia. Which, if that is not weird enough, in the real Russia, alright, it's not movies, oh no, the one where you can step on the line mine while playing. How are we feeling?
I mean, given the current way that Russia is viewed in the world, including world football. I mean, at the end of the day, football is a Eurocentric game, like you always say, and they are not exactly viewed as one of the best teams to play against. Not because they're not a good football team, but because of the controversy that surrounded them and the war with Ukraine. And I think it's a weird move. I'm not sure what the motivation is. I'm not sure that it's the best of times because we're also playing Ghana in
Unity Cup.
In the Unity Cup, which is close to that
around
time.
the same
So it's very, very weird. I'm not sure what the idea is.
Very quickly, what's in it for Nigeria friendly against Russia?
I think it's for show. Apart from the Unity Cup, I think he's trying to try out some tactics and some new players. So I think
Russia.
I think maybe that is what they were able to get at that point. So I mean, Russia should be able to allow them also test some new. I mean, somebody like Okonkwo from Wrexham.
You want use Kayode. You want put Kayode starting goalkeeper in
Yeah,
the zone.
I mean, he's eligible to play and available. So
Okay,
that kind of
I want your debut. Yeah, come and play.
that kind of game can allow him to play. And I want to say also that there are Nigerians in Russia already. So I think it will be a nice place to play.
All right, thank you very much. As we are wrapping up with the fun facts, I think Ayoola has the fun fact for us. But before you go, I want to give my own fun fact. It's news that happened this week. An Ecuadorian footballer has been criticized for hiding under his bed while masked intruders kidnapped his wife and son. And I don't know why he's being criticized.
Bro, it's built like me because I'm a feminist.
Because no, it's not even a matter of this thing. Like, it just makes logical sense. First of all, why would I let them kidnap the entire family?
Bro, do you get
Somebody has to pay the ransom. And it just so happened that I'm the breadwinner. I'm the one that plays the football. If they kidnap me, now you go pay. Anyway, Ayoola, give us your fun fact so we can go.
All right. Those are not the skills. We've seen the Champions League, and obviously it's getting to the point of the season where superstitious people start to make facts in their heads about how their team is going to eventually win the Champions League. And the first one is...
Just let him land this plane.
I mean, he's right. The first one is from Arsenal, and and it's the fact that every time that a pope has died since the emergence of the Champions League, an English team has won it. We've seen Nottingham Forest. We've also seen Liverpool in 2005. We also saw Manchester City most recently. And so because of the sad death, although I know some Arsenal fans are celebrating.
City.
Yes, when Manchester City won the Champions League in 2023, the Pope, yes.
Oh, Pope died in 2023.
Yeah. Yeah, it was recently appointed.
Just 2 years, Pope.
He's also 88 years old.
Go ahead with your start.
And so Arsenal fans believe that they are going to win the Champions League based on this. But unfortunately, there is another superstitious fact that goes against Arsenal, and it is that every team that has beaten, or rather, no team has beaten PSV in the Champions League. PSV. Eindhoven, and gone on to win the Champions League. We saw...
That is such a weird...
Yes, it is. We saw AC Milan in 2005. They lost to... And Arsenal did beat PSV this season.
Fantastic.
Interestingly...
He's such a he's dedicated.
He came in his 18 jersey today. You could say it. Is that the end of your fun fact?
Yeah, well, PSG also played against PSV, but they drew, so they believe
so
that
they are safe.
They are safe, and they are the ones who are going to win the Champions League.
It's good that our producer got put and asked that fan. So he's hearing all these things now. So just come on your mind. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen.
This season is your year.
Fun facts to end another fun episode 12 of the OnlyFootball Podcast. Come on, man. Come on. This amazing production is put together and brought to you by Paul Sports and the beautiful people at Paul Sports. Shout out to Efe, Gospel, Victor, Wale. You saw guy behind the camera, Kayode, whoever else's name I did not mention. And of course, the guys on the set as well, Ayoola, Faruq, myself, Ifeanyi, Izu. Wow. Shout out to Ifeanyi from the East, but Izu.
Just because, like...
Izu and Joba. Okay. Kelechi, Izuchukwu were on the set today, as well as Faruq and Joba Ogunwale. My name is Tunde Young. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe if you are enjoying this content. Let the algorithm know that you enjoy what you are watching. Tell somebody about it. Drop your comments and interact. Don't be a witch, please. Until next time. Bye-bye.
Peace out.
Adios.